Welcome to Grapple FK, everyone. We are covering how Jose Aldo against Marlon Vera, which is it's the co-main event, isn't it? Yeah, it's the co-main event this weekend. So let's get into this. Jose Aldo, obviously legend of the featherweight division, 2-7-0. Marlon Vera 16-6-1, coming off that good win against O'Malley.
Like that win?
Sorry?
Do you say a quick win or a good win?
I thought it was a good win.
Oh man, okay. Carry on.
Pretty well.
I'll just tear that opinion apart later, but carry on.
All right. I mean, you're obviously an O'Malley cock rider, but whatever.
No, you're the O'Malley cock rider.
Yeah, actually, I am. You're right.
Yeah. Well, actually, let's get this out the way.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. Just before you rudely interrupted. Anyway, similar size. Vera's got a lot more submissions. Jose Aldo obviously used to have spectacular explosive power and so on. That's kind of gone away. Let's get into this. What do you think? Jose Aldo, still young, but ancient in fight terms.
Yeah, in fight years, he's getting old. He's had a lot of fights. But in his recent fights, he's looked good. I mean, he's lost his recent fights to Volkanovski, for example, and to Peter Yan. But he's looked pretty decent in those fights. He's still Jose Aldo. He's still quick. He still throws punches nicely. He's brought back the leg.
I completely disagree with that. I thought he looked terrible against Yan compared to how he used to fight.
I just think the level of competition is just that much higher now. That's the thing.
One thing that I don't get about Aldo, why doesn't he throw leg kicks anymore?
He kind of does now. In his more recent fights, he's brought them back a little bit. They're still fast,
not the same level.
Still heavy.
Yeah, but he used to just throw them a lot more frequently.
Yeah, he used to. Yeah. He used to. I don't know why. Maybe there's some injury there that's stopping him. They used to be a key part of his game. It's not anymore. But for example, against who was it? Was it Volkanovski or Yan? I think it was Yan. He dropped Yan with a leg kick. I think maybe was it once? Maybe twice.
He dropped Yan?
Yeah, with a leg kick in the first round.
Yeah, he's got very hard leg kicks. I mean, I thought Yan dominated that fight, and I thought Aldo looked quite slack in some parts of the fight. I mean, he did well to get to the fifth round, but he was taking a pounding.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying Aldo did well, considering that it is Peter Yan. Considering that this isn't the King of Rio that we knew 6-7 years ago. Who defended the featherweight belt 7 times. So it's all relative.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, from my point of view, he's still there. The hand speed is still there. He does catch people as they're coming in. On occasion, he does throw those leg kicks, and when they land, they are hard as hell.
Yeah.
He's got the cardio still. He still looks like Jose Aldo.
I don't know. His last 3 fights have obviously been against very, very good opposition. And he's been... Who did he fight after Volkanovski? I mean, Volkanovski outstruck him 3-1. So basically, it was a unanimous decision. Who did he fight after Volkanovski?
God, I'd have to check. I mean, recently he's fought Volkanovski, Moraes.
He fought Moraes, and that was a split decision. That was a close fight.
That could have gone his way.
Yeah.
He was definitely winning the later rounds.
And Moraes is a beast. Although Moraes is a fighter that fades, exactly, which is probably why you won the later rounds. And then Peter Yan. I think the Peter Yan fight's one of those fights where you look at the guy and you think, that's definitely changed him, because he took a pounding, mate.
I don't know if it was that one-sided. He certainly won.
Dude, 194-83. I mean, you look at the same stats as me. He outlanded him more than 120 punches.
Yes, yeah, but I'm saying Jose Aldo won at least the second round. So,
but he took a serious beating in that fight.
Yeah.
It's one of those beatings that can affect the fighter, in my opinion, going forward. That was that was, you know, someone like Jan hitting you nearly 200 times over 5 rounds is that's, and you know, obviously Aldo showed a lot of toughness, but I don't know. I think that will probably affect him going forward.
Well, I mean, I watched up to, say, I think the 3rd round of that fight before this podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe the hellacious beating came in rounds 4 and 5, but the rounds I saw were definitely
4 and 5 were particularly bad.
Okay, I'll have to go back and check those. But he definitely took the 2nd round, and he looked. I'm not saying he looks amazing, but he looked decent. And those first 2 rounds were definitely competitive.
The 4th and 5th
bear in
round.
mind, this is Peter Yan we're talking about.
Yeah, Peter Yan,
and this is Volkanovski we're talking about.
Yeah. This is a completely different level of competition to Vera.
Yeah, so we're not comparing Jose Aldo to Jose Aldo of 2012.
Yeah,
for example. But yeah, so Jose Aldo, his skill set is there. His speed is there. Yes, he's taken damage. Yes, he's had a lot of fights, and he's older than his years. But against a guy like Marlon Vera, I think this will be competitive.
Yeah, I don't think Vera's the level of competition to get him out of there quick or completely destroy him or anything like that. He'll be in this one, and it's 3 rounds, right? So
yes, is it 3 rounds?
Yeah, I think it's 3 rounds.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it should be for 3 rounds, right? If it's not
the main event, yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's okay, so let's talk about Marlon Vera's skill set. He's got really good kicks. He's got good front kicks. He's got good calf kicks, good middle kicks, good high kicks, all good Muay Thai stuff. He's excellent in the clinch. Like he'll.
Yeah, he's got good BJJ.
Yeah, he's great control in the clinch. Very strong in the clinch. One of my problems with him, his boxing isn't great.
Yeah, his boxing's not great. I was going to say that.
He doesn't throw a lot, which is evidenced by his, I think it's a slightly negative striking difference.
Yeah, it's negative, yeah.
He tends to prefer his kicks. But the thing is, he could do quite a lot of that, do quite well with his kicks if he stayed at range. But what he tends to do is come forward. And he'll just come forward without setting it up with punches. He won't enter his opponent's range with punches. He'll just walk forward, and he allows himself to get hit. And he just comes into range and just kind of stands there and gets hit, and then he covers up. There's no slipping, there's no head movement, there's no trying to evade the punches, there's no countering. He just kind of wades in and gets hit.
Yeah.
Which I think against a guy like Jose Aldo is probably going to crack him in the face pretty hard when he does that.
Yeah.
He chooses that game plan. So
yeah.
Because Jose Aldo is good in firefights.
Yeah. But yeah, do you think this will be predominantly a stand-up fight?
I think so, yeah. Neither fighter typically chooses to go to the ground.
No. Vera's got a lot more submissions than he has, but I don't really see Vera going for like straight wrestling takedowns a lot. Yeah, he's got takedown accuracy of 42%, which isn't that bad. But
I mean, it's all right. I mean,
it's all right. It's not
terrible.
Not great. I mean, he's taken people down a few times in his fights, but he's not someone that repeatedly goes for takedowns.
Yeah.
I mean,
just looking at the people
very good takedown defense.
He does, yeah. I mean, just looking at the people who Marlon Vera's faced.
Oh yeah, they're nobodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apart from O'Malley, but I mean, is O'Malley even ranked?
I don't know.
I don't think O'Malley's ranked, is he? He's just
O'Malley is by far the best person he's fought, and technically he beat him. But I mean, you said it was a good win.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was pressuring him well. I thought he was doing well.
But did you see what happened to O'Malley's foot? It's about halfway through the first round, O'Malley stumbles, then he stumbles again, then he stumbles massively. Then it's clear
because he
he's
kicked him and
injured.
he broke his foot, right?
I don't know whether it's a broken foot, but it's definitely.
Yeah, he checked the kick or something. He basically broke his foot on Vera's leg, I think.
Yeah.
Before that, and then he injured his foot on Vera's leg, and then he stumbled on it a few times as well.
Yeah.
And got carried off in a stretcher.
Yeah. So obviously he's rendered completely immobile. He had his back up against the cage. So I mean, yes, Marlon Vera won, but
yeah, not really much you can take away from that fight anyway, because it ended in round 1 very quickly. I mean, Vera outstruck him 18-10, but again, as you said, O'Malley was not mobile. Andre Ewell's a decent fighter, but I mean, these fighters are not the level of competition that Aldo's faced. He's beaten Brian Kelleher quite a long time ago, Brad Pickett. He's quite experienced.
He is, but when you look at the fighters he's faced, like the step up in competition, like John Lineker and Douglas De Andrade, who were good fighters, he's lost.
Yeah, he's lost. Yeah,
and in my opinion, if
that was quite a while back though, and now he's on a.
Well, it's 2.5 years.
Yeah, he's had quite a lot of fights since then.
But in my opinion, if Sean O'Malley hadn't injured his foot, there's no way he's beating Sean O'Malley. No way.
Well, unless he submits him.
Because you remember in the podcast we said that Marlon Vera is just a worse version of Sean O'Malley.
Did we? Yeah, probably. Although I'd say Marlon Vera's got pretty good BJJ.
Yeah, I mean, he's a black belt.
Yeah. So he could potentially submit someone like Sean O'Malley, who's a blue belt, I think.
I mean, what happened? You were riding Sean O'Malley's cock so hard, and now you've dumped him.
He's a good striker. He's got one punch KO power. I just don't like. I just don't like how he's acted after that loss.
Being stretchered out.
He got stretchered out like a pussy, and now he just keeps going on about, I broke my foot, it wasn't a fair fight, and all this stuff. Well, mate, shit happens. Just ask for a rematch. Yeah. Just get on with it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You just don't like the pussy behavior. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like
pussy behavior.
I didn't like the stretcher thing. I'll be honest with you. He could have just rested on his trainer's shoulders, and they could have carried him off. He could have hobbled on one leg.
Yeah.
Why do you need a fucking stretcher for what was it? It was a foot fracture. You don't need a stretcher for that, mate.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. That's easy for me to say in a chair behind a laptop.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't have asked for a stretcher if my foot broke.
Yeah. Well, you're just a better person, Walid. You're just tougher. You're the real fucking deal.
A better fighter than Sean O'Malley, who's
better fight. Yeah, but
KOs in the UFC.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fact
remains. No, he's a good striker. He's a good striker, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah. This is like a roundabout way of me saying that Marlon Vera, that victory for Marlon Vera is not real. It's not a real win. It's a fake victory, right? So people should not read into that. They should not say, "Oh, he beat Sean O'Malley. He's amazing." That's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, even if he had, Sean O'Malley's not ranked, I think. So it's still nowhere near the level of competition Aldo's faced.
Yeah, true. So I'm just thinking in terms of how these guys clash. I think typically they like to come forward, both of them.
Yeah.
Aldo is sometimes hesitant. He's cautious, sometimes as he was against like Volkanovski. Sometimes he's aggressive, pushes the pace. I think that's his default setting, pushing the pace for Aldo. Marlon Vera, again, sometimes he's cautious like he was with Sean O'Malley, maintaining that distance. Other times he pushes the pace. I think we have to assume they're probably going to come together and there's going to be some wild exchanges. So the question is, who's going to get the better of these wild exchanges in the pocket?
Yeah, well, Aldo's the better boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one because it's another. It's kind of similar to these fights that have been happening in the, you know, a young guy takes on a old veteran. And the one thing that worries me, the main thing that worries me about Aldo is the punishment he took against Yan and his age. Although technically he's not that old, but he's had a lot of fights, 35 fights, and as you said, it just goes sometimes. Although he's still competitive in these fights, to a degree. To a degree, he's competitive. He's fought very good people in the last three. The Moraes fight was close. I think Volkanovski and Yan destroyed him personally. But I mean, they are very, very good fighters. They're the best, basically. They're the best. So.
Yeah, I mean, his last three fights have been 3 losses to Peter Yan, Marlon Moraes, Alexander Volkanovski.
2 are champs. So yeah.
Yeah, Marlon Moraes was like #1 contender at the time or something. But before that, he beat Renato Moicano, knocked him out in the second round. Before that, knocked out James Stevens in the first round. That was only just over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this isn't... This isn't a washed-up guy. I don't think. This isn't like a cowboy or...
No. Yeah, no. But still, it can just go. But yeah, this is a tough one because if Vera had better boxing, I would have definitely picked Vera in this. But as you said, his boxing isn't great.
Yeah,
and he does lunge in.
Yeah, it's just weird. He just walks into range and does nothing. Waits to get hit, gets hit.
Yeah,
covers up, and then maybe he'll do something.
He has got serious chin though, Vera.
He does. He's never been knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a very good chin. Yeah, this is a tough one. This is I think the betting line will probably skew my decision because I can't pick between these two.
Okay, so who do you think is the betting favorite?
I'm probably going with Vera just because everyone's high on him beating O'Malley. And Aldo's on a free fight skid, right? So that's not going to help.
What odds would you give to Marlon Vera?
I don't know, minus 120 maybe. I don't know, something like that. I wouldn't go too high. So I think this is pretty close.
Let me check.
I'm thinking in terms of how a bookie would think, but I may have this completely wrong.
Okay, so Jose Aldo is the favorite.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's minus 162. And your boy Marlon Vera is plus 125.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why Aldo would be the favorite too, given he's a former legend.
Yeah, I think you're underestimating Aldo here a little bit. To me, this betting line makes sense. I think Aldo wins this probably most of the time. There are some things you said that maybe detract from that. I need to go back and watch the final 2 rounds of that Volkanovski fight. If that was a hellacious beating.
Oh, the Yan fight.
Yeah. Sorry, the Yan fight, yeah. If that was a hellacious beating, then yes, that does worry me slightly because, a beating does change a fighter for the worse.
Yeah, it was a bad one, particularly the last round.
Especially when you've already had, 35 professional fights.
And been KO'd a few times.
Yeah. But to me, Jose Aldo has still got a speed. He's got decent boxing. I think he's still just a good fighter. Still a very good fighter.
Yeah, no, he's very good. He is.
And I can't put Vera in that category.
No,
or at least not in the same category. Vera's good, but he's good only in certain areas.
If he beats Aldo, then he's definitely on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his, you know.
This is his moment to.
Yeah, this is his moment to shine.
Yeah. I just think Jose Aldo is just a slightly different league.
Or he's in a completely different league technically. I mean.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know, it's just the age and the amount of fights he's had that worries me. But yeah, I'm still confused about this one. I think looking at it on the screen, I think Aldo should win this approx 60% of the time. But I've got a ball tingle, Andrew, that Vera's going to pull this off. Yeah.
Yeah, I've also got a little bit of a ball tingle. It's
just something about this.
I don't want to write off Vera here. He's tough. He's tenacious. He hangs in there. He's difficult to put away.
Yeah.
And in that thing I said about him walking into distance without throwing anything, when it gets wild, like in the Yan Sedong fight, the Chinese guy.
Yeah.
There are moments where he does go fucking crazy and he is fucking swinging.
Yeah.
So when he's like realizes he's in a fucking fist fight, he does go, even if that's not most of the time. It is. I'm not saying that is going to win him the fight. It just makes him difficult.
Yeah, he's a tough boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I have to go with Jose Aldo here, though. Okay. I think you're right with like 60% of the time.
Yeah, that's probably what the odds suggest. Approx 60% of the time.
Yeah, -162, we said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8.
All right, so you're going with Aldo, what, unanimous decision?
Yeah.
Okay.
You?
I'm going Vera, round 3, TKO.
How dare you? How dare you?
How
dare you? Right, okay. But you just said Jose Aldo wins 60% of the time.
I've got a feeling, mate. Just got a feeling.
Just a ball tingle.
Just a ball tingle, man.
I think Vera can win this for sure. But how does he win though? How does Vera win this fight? How does that fight go for Vera if he wins? Is he fighting him from the outside? Kicks from the outside? Is he engaging in the pocket?
I think he's
cage.
I think he's going to catch him with something big, punch or a kick, late in the fight. When I say I think, I mean I feel. I should say I feel.
You just feel it in your testicles.
I have a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just feel it in my testicles.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so don't go to town examining this. This is not based on anything. I've just got a feeling Vera's going to do it.
We are trying to do like serious MMA analysis.
Yeah. But I've got some of the ball tingles right. So this
you have.
Yeah. This is I don't know. I just think his youth, his he's riding a wave at the moment. He's very tenacious. He can take a punch. I've just got a feeling that he's just on the come up, and Aldo's. I don't think Aldo's washed up. But I don't know. I've just got a feeling Vera's going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a tricky one.
In terms of safe or risky come, what would you do with this?
I was thinking the risky come, but now you've put doubt in my mind.
No. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. You go with the risky come, mate. I'm just going to put a separate bet down on Vera, and then we'll see what happens. I'm not putting this in any of the come-comes.
The problem is, how does Marlon Vera win? I can't see him just kicking Aldo from the outside, and I cannot see him winning the exchanges on the inside. That's the problem I have. So yeah, I have to go with that Aldo 60% of the time.
Fair enough.
And I'll probably put him in the risky come.
In the risky one. Okay, fair enough. All right, well that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. More predictions coming soon. The event is on Saturday. Is it Saturday?
Night?
Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. So
so there's one in Vegas. Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, Vegas in the small cage.
In the small cage, better for Aldo, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking Vera's he's the longer fighter, throws kicks, but he doesn't really use it necessarily, so it may not matter.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it's in the Apex.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Those are our predictions. Stay tuned for more fight picks. And I've got a Santa hat on. Take care. Bye.
Bye.